Hello students, this topic food travels, spaghetti and potato came to you in a separate video because this topic was mistakenly left out. Some students brought this mistake to my notice and I decided to provide a separate video for this. So today we have another example of trade and cultural link during pre-modern period, that is food. Let me first of all read out the passage to you. As the book says, it is on your screen. Food offers many examples of long distance cultural exchange. Traders and travelers introduced new crops to the lands they traveled. Even ready foodstuff in distant parts of the world might share common origins. Take spaghetti and noodles. It is believed that noodles traveled west from China to become spaghetti, or perhaps Arab traders took pasta to 5th century Sicily, an island now in Italy. Similar foods were also known in India and Japan, so the truth about their origins may never be known. Yet, such guesswork suggests the possibilities of long distance cultural contact even in the pre modern world. Many of our common foods, such as potatoes, soya, groundnuts, maize, tomatoes, chilies, sweet potatoes, and so on, were not known to our ancestors until about 5 centuries ago. These foods were only introduced in Europe and Asia after Christopher Columbus accidentally discovered the vast continent that would later become known as the Americas. Here, the term America is used to describe North America, South America, and the Caribbean. In fact, many of our common foods came from America's original inhabitants, the American Indians. Let me recapitulate some of the important points for you. See, the very first point, important point is food offers many examples of long distance cultural exchange. Clear? It is believed that noodles travel west from China to become spaghetti. Arab traders took pasta to 5th century Sicily. Now, a part of Italy. Clear? Some foods are common in India and Japan. Some foods are common in India and Japan, but they had not been grown originally in either of these countries. Look at the second paragraph. See, but they had not been grown originally in either of these countries. Without long distance cultural link, it could not be possible for these common foods to reach in countries other than the country of their origins. In the same way, many of our common foods, such as potatoes, soya, groundnuts, maize, tomatoes, chilies, etc. were not known to our ancestors until centuries ago. These foods were first introduced in Europe and Asia after Christopher Columbus. After Christopher Columbus accidentally discovered the vast continents that would later become known as the Americas. See, potatoes, soya, groundnuts, chilies, sweet potatoes, etc. Clear? The very fine example of cultural trade and cultural link that even foods symbolize is the case of Ireland. Let's move to that part of the paragraph. See, the paragraph says, sometimes the new crops could make the difference between life and death. Europe's poor began to eat better and live longer with the introduction of the humble potato. Ireland's poorest peasants became so dependent on potatoes that when disease destroyed the potato crop in the mid 1840s, hundreds of thousands died of starvation. So, we can say that apart from silk routes, foods too offer many examples of long distance cultural exchange during pre-modern period. Clear? So this topic was left out mistakenly by me that I have taught you through this video. Thank you very much. We will continue our lecture and discussion for the 19th century in the next videos. Thank you.